Most of my adult life, I have taught Marxian economics. I'm a professor of economics. I've been that all my life. I'm a graduate of American universities. As it happens, I'm a graduate of what in this country passes for its best universities. That's another conversation you and I can have. So I went to Harvard, then I went to Stanford, and I finished at Yale. I'm like a poster boy for elite education. They tried very hard. By the way, I spent 10 years of my life in the Ivy League, 20 semesters, one after the other, no break.
Mm-hmm.
In those 20 semesters, 19 of them never mentioned a word about Marxism. That is, no critique of capitalism was offered to me, ever, with one except one professor in Stanford. In the one semester I studied with him, he gave me plenty to read, but nobody else.
So that's really interesting. You've mentioned that in the past, and that's very true, which makes you a very interesting figure to hold your ground intellectually through this idea space where just people don't really even talk about it.
No.
Perhaps we can discuss historically why that is, but nevertheless, that's the case. So Marxian economics, did Karl Marx come up in conversation as a kind of
dismissal? The best example, he came up only as an object of dismissal. For give you an example, the major textbook in economics that I was taught with, and that was for many years the canonical book, it isn't quite anymore, was a book authored by a professor of economics at MIT named Paul Samuelson. And people kind of, a whole generation or two were trained on his textbook. If you open the cover of his textbook, he has a tree. And, and the tree is Adam Smith and David Ricardo at the root. Mm-hmm. And then the different branches of it. He's trying to give you an idea as a student of how the thing developed. And it's a tree, and everybody on it is the bourgeois. And then there's this one little branch that goes off like this and sort of starts heading back down. That's Karl Marx. In other words, he had to have it complete because he's not a complete faker. But beyond that, no, there was nothing in the book gives you 2 paragraphs of an approach. But that's Cold War. I mean, that's really neither here nor there. That's the craziness. Yeah, that's the Cold War in this country. My professors were afraid.